right, guys, welcome to the TSRA meeting for September. So I want everybody to thank Lou Goldberg for having us here. Another little detail, little admin thing. I thought it'd be good to have a video of this for people that couldn't make it tonight. So, yeah, so I know where Bob's going with this. If there's anything you think we shouldn't show that comes out of this, all right?
We're in a Catholic school, the young lady.
All right, well, just throwing it out there.
Who do you point to?
All right, so the intent of the meeting, we can get to other stuff, I guess, if you got time, whatever you want to talk about or ask about. But the intent was, since we have law changes that went into effect this summer, to give everybody a chance to experience it, suffer through it, whatever how you want to say it. So before I get into videos and things that we can discuss from here, I just want to open it up to begin with. Anybody got any questions, concerns, comments about the law changes? Anything you've seen, any of your experiences with games so far? From any leagues? Any complaints? Any coaches?
So people still talk to you, that's it.
Yeah. About anything specific or just
Yeah,
whether we're doing this or that?
yeah, I said, well, we never heard that before. Somebody said, we weren't new, we never heard about it. Ask you, I said, ask you, coach, ask you. Then when I asked,
So you're the first person they're hearing it from.
when I asked the coach said, yeah, it's new, but they don't know about it. So well, come and tell them.
The offsides is the big
Okay.
one with
Yes.
where they can be
Yeah.
offsides and the ball comes back into
That may be
their
what we have to apply the most.
defending half, and that's kind of people are like, okay, it's like, well, you know.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned it because I have had to apply that in my match. That situation, I haven't had anybody come back on their own half speed. What I've had is long ball.
Right.
Okay, so you're making the defense go a lot further back toward their own goal instead of where everybody thinks it's supposed to be.
So what should we do?
It's kind of ironic because it's actually hurting the team that's in possession of the ball.
Right.
That's why the offside rule was put in the first place, to stop people from kicking it all the way down the other end. Granted, they can't play the ball,
Right.
but still the free kick is down that end.
Right.
So if I'm a coach, I'm going to put somebody down there and I'm going to say, if you can get to it, get to it. And if not, you get called offside, the kick is back there, lock them in, guys. I don't understand.
You're already in a good position
Exactly,
on
exactly.
the restart.
I don't understand why they did that.
So Steve, what should we
Yeah.
do? in that
We'll enforce it.
situation? Should
I'll
we
enforce the
enforce it
law,
like
but I
that?
don't understand why they did that.
Yeah, enforcing the law. Enforcing the law the way it's supposed to be, according to the change. Now, it's
supposed to be?
you got to remember.
What do you call it?
Well, you got to remember though. It's everything. You're supposed to use common sense as well with everything. So on offside restarts, well, you could say that about all the changes, I guess. But with offside restarts, most of them, are going to be either. It's a difference of being here or over here, right? We don't care about the blade of grass on every single restart. But if you're talking about a long ball, all the way to the corner flag, or on the other side of the field, obviously, it does make a difference. Okay? Yeah, so you do want to enforce that. If it takes a little bit more time to do that, then go ahead and do that. Okay? But that brings up a good point, I'm glad you mentioned it, of mechanics. Mechanics between the referee and the ARs. Okay? The normal tendency, at least my normal tendency, if I see somebody in an offside position, once that ball is played, my tendency is to stop if I'm the AR. And that's bad. It's very bad. Because the play's not over yet. The referee needs you to stay with the play until the play is dead. Until you say the play is dead or the referee says the play is dead, right? But if you're waiting to see when or if is going to be actively involved, you're not supposed to stop. So you're supposed to keep going, and if you keep going and erase a flag, you're going to be a lot closer to where that restart's actually supposed to be, right? Whereas if you had stopped and, okay, everybody's watching you and they know you're paying attention and that's what you want, but you're going to be way over here when the offside restart may need to be 40 or 50 yards out.
He's running off the board. Now the restart, from where you pop the flag could be 10 yards back. So after the referee blows the whistle, run down and say, right there, start it right there. Don't wait for him to come back up. Don't even give him that opportunity to come back up.
What I'm talking about is if you've got more than one attacker that could become involved,
Right.
and you're waiting to see who's going to be actively involved, you know what I mean? Like a guy that's onside, they get to it first, or it may, what I've had in my games, high school games, higher level game, whatever, it wasn't even a question of who was going to get to the ball first. It was a question of whether it was going to go out of bounds first, whether the defender was going to get to it. So, sometimes I've had where I've stopped like close to the halfway line, but oh crap, the goalkeeper's coming out, right? And the ball's heading toward the end line, the goal line. So if he's not really going to be involved in play, another attacker's coming and stuff like that, you need to stay with the play because you never know what's going to happen until he does get involved. And like Ted says, if there's only one guy and he's challenging the other opponent anyway, right? He's interfering with the opponent once he's challenging for the ball and somebody else wants it. Yeah, then you can raise the flag. But if you've got to wait to see who's involved in it and who's involved in the play, you want to stay with the play in case there's something more serious that happens, right? It could be a foul or misconduct instead. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm talking about like this is a long ball. The long ball goes if we know this guy's offside, right? Back in Tennessee, okay, he's going to go right. It's going to go all the way to the corner. He starts going towards it. Naturally, I'm stopping, raising my flag. Okay, now I'm trying to figure out, well, maybe I shouldn't be doing that. I should be following that player as he goes to that ball. Or should I just stop there and raise my flag?
As an AR, the AR's his job is to tell the referee when the AR thinks he becomes actively involved in play, right?
Okay.
Whether it be interfering with play, interfering with the opponent, or being an advantage, blah, 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 right? So as soon as you think that he's actively involved in one of those three ways, that's when you let him know.
Okay.
Whether it's going to go to the flag or not, right?
Right.
So then it's up to between you and the referee. If you disagree with the referee on a restart, and it's ultimately up to the referee, of course, but he should be able to tell at that point, okay, it's a little bit further back right here. Or this is where he was really interfering with the opponent, so I don't care where the ball's going to go. Right? Does that make sense?
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. As far as that player, he keeps going, then he touches the ball in the corner. That's what we're doing the restart?
No, remember, you don't have to touch the ball to be actively interfering.
I understand that.
Sometimes you do, but not in
I'm
every
trying to
case.
understand what's the law, though. That's what I'm saying.
No, the law is not written to say that you have to touch the ball.
Okay.
The law is written to where you actually become actively involved.
Wait.
So when you have the scenario where you pump the ball over, I'm in an offsides position, it goes all the way to the corner flag, there's nobody for him to interfere because he's leading the charge to get to the ball.
Right, that's
We're going all the way to the corner
He
flag.
gained an advantage from being in that position because he's all by himself. Now there's nobody to defend him, so he's offsides.
What it means.
Okay, but be careful about gaining an advantage, because according to the advice of referees, which they tell us is
They
obsolete.
tell you not to use that anymore.
Yeah, can't use that anymore.
Yes, okay. Some parts maybe should get revised, but according to that manual, gaining an advantage talks about when it rebounds
Correct,
off
yeah.
of something. Okay, so your example of long ball, okay, that nobody else is contesting for, he's not interfering with play yet, and he's not interfering with opponent yet.
So I got another one, and I think I know what the answer to this is, but let me just throw it out there anyway, as something else we're gonna see. So I got a long ball down into the corner. The guy jogs down towards it, half speed, three-quarter speed. Defender gets there first. Now he's on the defender, but he gained that advantage, so I raise it, yes? If he's now attempting to tackle the defender and get the ball because he was in an offside position all that time, jogged on down there so he wouldn't be, and the defender gets it and starts upfield, and now he's 50 yards downfield tackling that defender or challenging that defender. Now I put the flag up, yes? No, no.
He's a smart player.
Good move.
Yeah.
Okay.
He waits unless the
Right,
defender
right, this
gets to
is
the
right.
ball. He
This is
waits
what-
till the defender plays the ball. Once the defender plays the ball, now
He's no longer an offside
offside is no
position.
longer offside, and he can then, and we brought that up in the research class was, that's a very smart attacker. He's waiting, you know, he kind of forces the issue of
wasn't an
the
offside position.
pushing the defender down there by his little half jog.
When is he involved in play?
You know, but you're gonna get, yeah, you're gonna catch a lot of grief from coaches and stuff for that one because you don't call it.
Because I don't call it, exactly.
Well, and the other one, which is a similar situation, which is the ball's punted down, and like a keeper gets to it, or a defender, like you said, gets to it first. Yeah, the flag's staying down, and again, you're hearing it. He was offsides. He was offsides when the ball was played. Like, no.
Wasn't involved in play. Simple as that. Not involved in play.
That's what I thought, thank you.
Expedient simply to say, we're not calling the position of offside. We're calling the play of offside,
Okay.
unlike previous years.
And that's where, oh, I thought you meant you've been saying that.
Well, I
No,
done that a
that's
couple
good.
times.
That is a good analogy.
Okay.
You're playing the,
We're
you're
not
calling the play of
penalizing
offsides, not the position of
We're
offside.
penalizing the play.
Well, that's the way it's always supposed to be, right? We're not supposed to penalize until they're actively involved. So in your case, I think it's important to remember, even with offside, even they're messing around with it, they're changing this and that, it's still, bottom line, in the opinion of the referee, right? So, did the defender gain possession first? Did he have clear possession of the ball without any active involvement by that attacker?
Was it right at the same time?
Play on, right? Don't say that. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah,
But
right, no, right.
if the reverse happened first, right, if the defender was affected by that attack, I mean, in my opinion, without looking at the situation, the play without being there, I think a lot of it has to do with the level of competition, how fast the players are, okay? Playing distance from the ball. Right? The playing distance for a 10-year-old is going to be a lot closer than the playing distance for U19 or, you know, whatever else. So, in the opinion, now, you got to communicate with your referee, right? It may be better to go ahead and give him a flag so he knows what you're seeing. Or just keep it down, and then if he wants to talk to you later at the next stoppage you play, you can handle it that way.
Question. So, if let's say a midfielder plays the ball upfield, the attacker comes from an offside position and gains it on his defending side. So he came back from offside position and collected the ball on his half of the field.
Where was he when the ball was played?
He was on the attacking half.
It was on the attacking end. So,
Crossed over midfield, came back, collected the ball.
I mean, the ball was played back.
He collects the ball.
Right?
It was played by a
So,
defender, right?
Where is the restart?
The restart is now going to be where he became involved. So it's going to be on that
Defensive
side
half,
of the
in
field.
his own defensive half, yes.
Yeah. That's going to be one hurdle you got to get over. The other hurdle you got to get over with coaches is when the ball's passed back, nobody expects you to call offside. But there's nothing in the law about what direction the ball goes, right? So you could have an attacker that plays it back to somebody, but he was in front of that attacker when he played it. I've seen that a couple times in pro games.
But the defender plays the ball like he's playing it out, but then say doesn't play it very hard, but the keeper runs up and scoops the ball up.
Right.
That's a pass back, but we never call it.
I will use my common sense on that one.
Passback doesn't have to be backwards, it's just deliberately to the goalkeeper.
That's not how the rule.
That's on the test.
I had the experience with
Well,
over
but
30.
deliberate pass.
It just has to be played.
Has to be deliberately played.
Deliberately played. Doesn't have to be backwards, it can be forward, but deliberately played.
I had the experience with the co-work team.
Intentionally played by the and the keeper is the next one to
Hold
touch
on.
the ball and pitch
Hey,
the
guys,
ball.
let's do one conversation at a time, can we?
I had the experience with the co-work team. Attacker is a head of defender going one-on-one with the keeper. The defender slide straight behind them and kick the ball straight to the keeper. keeper pick it up. So I call back, pass back. They said they all disagree, no. I said, well, if he doesn't mean to kick it to the keeper, why did he kick it outside? So in my common sense, he slide there and intentionally to take it away from him, give a straight. He rather keeper pick it up or the striker take it. Then I called it. They were ballistic. They said the first time I heard that, I said, well, you know what? I call all the time. That's when you use common sense.
Who said that? The coach?
This is the
Players?
The reason I called it because I said, look, well, if you want to clear from him, why don't you clear it the sides? Then, but you clear it straight to the keeper. He pick it up. I'm gonna call it.
That's right.
He kicks it off, so here's another scenario, because you got a defender and an attacker, right?
Defender, we had attacker
So,
went straight.
and the defender's got the ball, attacker on his back,
Yeah.
and he
No,
means
no,
to
no,
clear
no,
it.
No, the attacker ahead.
Well, in my scenario, you got the
Go ahead.
different scenario. Attacker in front, defender on his back, right? And the attacker, I'm sorry, excuse me, defender has the ball, attacker on his back. And he plays it, but he's just trying to kick it away to keep it, or in the course of kicking it, or course of trying to get away, he kicks it, keeper collects it. Do you call a pass back?
It's my comment. At that moment, I will look at, I will believe me, I will forget about the rules, use my common sense. Did he meant to do it? Because you gotta take a chance with common sense.
And that's what the
to me
rule says. I got the rule right here.
Okay, sorry.
A goalkeeper is considered to be in control of the ball when, okay. Touches the ball with hands after releasing it or before it's been touched by another player. It has been deliberately kicked to the goalkeeper by a teammate. If that teammate's trying to kick the ball out, taking a goal kick or whatever, and he muffs it, that's not a deliberately kick back to the goalkeeper. That's not considered deliberately kicking it back. He's trying to kick it clear, he muffs it, the keeper grabs it. I mean, it is what it is at that point. And then it says receiving it directly from a throw-in by a teammate. That's what the law says.
So you gotta kind of apply common sense here,
Well,
guys. If
this is why I call it a kick back, because I told if you not kick back, you know it's only the keeper is there, and you kick it straight between the posts.
Yeah, if you muff it, if you shank it, you're trying to cross it to a teammate that way, and you shank it, the keeper can pick it up.
But this position, no one was there except the keeper.
I'm sorry?
At my situation, only the keeper was there, and believe it or not, he kick it straight between a certain way. If you kick it just outside, I may stay down.
Yeah, that's
keeper should know.
If he's intentionally, the keeper right here, and I'm kicking it straight back to him.
Because the ball goes to
Go
goal.
on, the intent may not, he may tell you that intent's not there, but I can tell you right now.
Because what happens if the keeper's not there, where's that ball going? Back of the net.
Now, hold on. The key, though, is to remember, that's the right call, because the key is not intent. Okay, we're not supposed to have to read their minds.
That's right.
Except when it comes to obvious goals coming up too. Okay, but with this case.
Only part of the time.
Yeah, right. Half the time.
we gotta read them
If it's on this side of the 18 or not or whatever. Okay, so, but according to the advice of refs, again, deliberately played by the foot. Okay, that's it.
You take consideration of level of play.
From the knee down is the foot.
No, it's not. It's not supposed to be. But anyway. Okay. So again, advice of refs, which they say is obsolete. You know, I call shenanigans on that one. We're trying to keep it PG.
Are we saying that it has to be deliberately?
Give that dude in blue there part of it. On the back pocket.
Oh, that's it, back pocket.
Back pocket, don't do it yourself.
So he's already arguing, this is back pocket, oh crap, okay, all right. Step in here and he's back where like, oh, I didn't do anything.
Nothing to see.
Put the red back. Yeah.
You already showed it to him.
No.
Yeah, you already showed it to them. They didn't show it.
Yeah, he showed it to him already.
I wanna see, stick that right in his face, right in his face.
All right, and then he takes the PK. But basically, what happened here, what MLS is saying happened here. He actually carded the wrong guy. Okay, that's why he was confused, going back and forth and whatnot, who did it, whatnot. Actually, showed the red card to the wrong person, and MLS is saying it shouldn't have been a red card because of something Chuck mentioned.
The ball don't we know?
7 years.
Number 2.
They're saying the distance to the ball was not present. Okay, for obvious goal. I'm sorry.
That's because he got tripped and kicked the ball.
Yeah, and again, it's going to be, in your opinion, on your game, what you see at the moment. Okay, but they're saying at this level, the keeper was going to get to it anyway. He played it away from the defender. The keeper was going to pick it up, and therefore it's no longer obvious opportunity.
You can't predict that. That's only because like they've been watching after the video.
Right.
Like, that's
It's hard to criticize a referee for that.
You
Right.
can't.
Because he's falling down, that's why he's not gonna get to the ball.
All right, here's the next two. There's a couple examples here with a goalkeeper. Okay, where the goalkeeper is the one that fouled the attacker.
And we're tossing the keeper. Okay, see,
Oh, that's bushy.
Okay, they tossed him.
Correct.
Would we toss him?
Yep.
That almost looked like he was,
We would?
I'd have to see that slow
Look
down.
at it-
It
I'm
almost
looking
looked
at
like
it
the
from-
keeper could get to the ball first.
It looks like something that would be, to me, implemented by an IFAB law change.
Well, this year's rules, no.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's why I want to bring this up. Even though you see it on TV, the pros doing it, we're supposed to be implementing the law changes. Okay? So to me, MLS would probably say next year that's a yellow. And we need to say it's a yellow now.
It's a yellow card, and we got a PK, and we're moving on from there.
Because the keeper made a play for the ball with his hands, you know, the way he's supposed to. And he just didn't get it.
Dude, you didn't red card. Oh, now he shows a yellow?
He showed that to somebody else.
Somebody else did.
So you red yellow, so you got 3 days.
A red, yellow equals a blue, right?
Green gonna go up.
He's
blue.
gonna turn in his card, man.
No,
He's gonna
no.
turn in his green card.
Yeah, they turn in your green. Turn in your green card, you get a blue.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, no, that's
no way.
That's not a red. There's no way that's a red. Old rules, new rules, that's not a red.
How many times have y'all seen a referee call a encroachment on a penalty kick? Not much, right? From any, well, yeah, especially keep, but anybody.
Believe it or not, one time in PK's tournament, I called 4 in one game. That team was crazy. Because you know why? Everybody watching the keeper, the kicker. I'm watching the keeper. Before the kick, he's outside the line already. They said, okay, we never seen something like this, so I just did, I just called it. It was like really out of the line. Before he even touched.
Yellow carding?
For PKs. They have to play.
Did you yellow carding?
No. Well, I didn't know it was the priest from the mosque.
Watch the keeper.
Oh, God.
He's out. He's out.
I have been broken.
They are called it.
Yes, 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 yes,
At the World Cup, it's not, they never call it. They never call it.
All right, so that's where he is when the kick was made.
He's 2 steps off the line.
yes. Right, yeah, he came out and set. He didn't step and dive. He came out 2 steps and set before he dove. Absolutely.
Now, this is what you got to be aware of, though. Benny Feilheimer likes to feint during his run-up to the kicks. Okay? So, but yeah, the keeper's still not allowed to come forward. All right? Now, to me, that's not encroaching a whole lot, but they called it, and if we see it now with the law changes, what else are we supposed to do? We're supposed to guard him. Okay. Here's another encroachment, but this is a little different. See what the refs doing here? This is something MLS emphasizes a lot, since they have all the time to work with anyway. You know, they don't care how much time it takes to do certain things, but he's being very proactive with all the players here on the 18, and he actually stands near the 18, a lot closer than probably I would, but.
If I remember, I would stand the line.
Yeah, I mean, you can,
The
right?
line
You
is,
can.
you see, you get something.
You see, you got the view of the kicker, you get the view of everybody else.
But everybody does that. Every time in the pro, every Olympic does that.
Neil's saying the attackers are pissed. Okay, but let's think about something, one more thing. So both teams encroached on that one. The goalkeeper probably did too. Okay?
You think? Maybe so.
Did they bail out the keeper from getting a yellow card?
No.
They all did it, and he didn't call it on them, he called it on them, not the keeper.
What if it was just the keeper and an attacker?
I guess the attacker.
Retake and a yellow for the.
Well, they don't want us carding anybody else for encroachment anyway.
Yeah, a lot of these.
You're not gonna card the keeper coaching only.
You're right. You're right. I wouldn't. I just want us to have that, prepare for that ahead of time if we see it ahead. If we see it.
So what do that would be, it would be in your head, what do you call it? Do you call it a keeper encroachment that you saw, or did you see the attacker encroachment?
Well, the Q&A, if you look at the Q&A on one of the presentations, it says if the keeper encroached on a penalty kick and caused a retake of the penalty kick, he or she is to be cautioned.
Right.
Okay? But if you're taking a retake because
Billy Bob's and
both,
his
no
friends
matter
come
whether
running
the ball
in.
goes into the net or not,
Right.
then is it still the keeper's fault?
No.
Okay, I agree with you. Because the law doesn't say you're going to card the keeper again, for that situation.
Card everybody. We're going to go line.
All right, that's all we got time for.
One last
Sorry we
thought.
said you're late. Yeah.
If you caution the keeper for coming off the line, okay, and then you do another kick and he comes off the line, do you yellow and red?
Yes.
That is why when they made it a mandatory caution several years ago, there was a lot of no calling at all for encroaching because referees didn't want to guard the keeper.
But I would like.
Now we're back to doing it.
About the new rules. Would you even?
What's the answer? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're out.
He's going home, just show him.
You've done